Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Speed Gaming with Metroid Prime 2 Randomizer Tournament. We got awp82 versus Dyceron. I'm Jagger G, and with me is Reed Whaley. How's it going?
Good. I'm doing amazing. How's everybody doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm pretty excited for this match.
Me too. This is what I've been really looking forward to. I mean, these are two of the top seeded people in the tournament right now, at least in my personal opinion, just from watching past tournaments. And just the stuff that they can pull off, this is what I'm really, really excited to see.
For sure. A lot of just really solid routing and just experience in general as well. Like, Ops, not necessarily big on the tricks front, but he just knows the logic really well. He just makes real smart plays, and it's carried him real far throughout last tournament and now this tournament as well. And Dyceron knows a lot of stuff, and he also knows what plays he should make as well.
And we're off. No gentlemen's agreements this evening, so just going to be our standard Great Temple start. And we're also going to have no random elevators, no random assigned items at the beginning, but we do have it where that missile expansion they just picked up, they can use right off the bat because no launchers are required, power bombs or missiles, so we're ready to go with those. Oh, and unlike most of the ones we've had here recently on the channel, final bosses are on, so we get to see Emperor Ring and Dark Samus 3 maybe for tonight.
Sweet. We do start with missiles, so this is a nice. This is nicer than most seeds, where we start off with just charge beam, because we actually get to fight these bosses a little bit faster. These little splinters here, you could take them out in 2 missiles or a partial charge and a missile. And the Dark Alpha Splinter, it definitely helps to have the extra DPS in between the charge beam cooldown. You could actually fire another missile in that time without losing much of any time. It's effectively the same, like 5 missiles is about the same as 3 charge shots, and you just get that for free.
DCR using the up close and personal strat that we've seen him use a couple of times.
Yeah, it's interesting. They whenever you get hit by the Dark Alpha Splinter, you have a flinch animation, and that'll just reset the cooldown for your charge beam, and lets them fire again real quickly. It seems to only happen once during the fight. There must be some kind of timer that just takes ages to reset. And similarly, it happens on DS4. I know Captain talked about it a lot. Sometimes people will intentionally take damage from the missile from DS4 in order to make sure they don't flinch when they're collecting the phazon particles.
And a morph ball system in Storage Cavern B. Definitely not a bad start, and definitely not a bad idea to come grab this hit right off the bat. Mostly, if I get a little bit tongue-tied tonight, you're gonna have to forgive me, Jagger. It's only about 10 degrees outside and about a foot of snow, so just about everything's locked up.
Yeah, I'm not so big a fan of just immediately going back for the hint, because you're very likely going to save warp anyway. But,
that's how I do it as well.
It could pay off. In this case, I didn't actually see what that hint was. Was that useful?
This Storage Cavern B having a missile, morph ball system, so it could definitely help. But I mean, Storage Cavern B, you're going to check anyway. Ooh, main PB's here, though. So, maybe not the best tent, but still nice to have. And DCR absolutely nailing that task jump. Here to very early energy tank from some of the seeds we've seen here recently. I think it was last week that we saw the 1E tank final bosses seed. I think it was last week in round 2 that we saw the 1E tank dark suit only final bosses seed. Oh wow, an extremely early boost ball.
That's definitely going to be nice. That's one of the factors in determining the speed and swiftness of the seed. Like, having bosses required and whatnot, that can sink some time, but really just having early boost ball just speeds up so many rooms.
Oh yeah, Jet reminded me that was you last week with the 1E tank dark suit.
Sure was.
You're just gonna let me twist on that one. All right. So it's been a long week.
No, I've just been having a bit of lag on my end.
Oh, okay. and super early morph ball bombs too. So that's 3 of our morph ball systems without even going anywhere.
Wow. This slope jump Op's working on is pretty finicky. It's one of the easier ones, but you know, slope jumps are just always.
Oh, and there's our Emerald putting this actually. That would actually put this in logic at that point. Up until we grabbed that Emerald Translator, doing that check under the save station wasn't actually in logic because we had no real way to get out of there. DCR looking up finally at those missiles and deciding, I've already got the 10 that I need for the drop system to work. I really don't need to waste the time getting these. DCR going to do the underground check before doing Bomb Guardian. That's kind of an interesting play.
It's interesting. Quite a while ago, this used to always have something that you wanted before going to Aegon, but it hasn't necessarily been the case as often anymore. But it absolutely could be an important beam or something.
Just missiles this time, so that's a little bit of a time burn, unfortunately, for him. Despite going and doing that check, we're actually heading to Aegon at just about the same time. main missile launcher in Portal Access A. Of course, picking up space jump boots here as well. That definitely helps with getting through this initial room and not having to go all the way around. Even though with morph ball bombs, you can still jump up the side, but that does make it a lot easier. And just a cheeseburger today in mining plazas, so that takes care of half of the reason we might have to do worms. And our first Dark Aegon key.
Is that a Sky Temple key in Mining Plaza?
Nope, just a cheeseburger.
Just, okay.
Chat pointing out decent amount of loot just out of temple grounds. You're not wrong. We have primary power bombs. We had boost ball, morph ball bombs, emeralds, and space jump boots before we even got to bomb guardian or jump guardian.
Jeez.
Oh,
no.
DCR missing the power bomb for bomb guardian.
Too early there, I think.
Still gonna get it with a nice 2 cycle though. And I actually really like this play that Op's making to go ahead and activate everything with the portal access before doing bomb guardian, where you don't have that pirate layer you've got to deal with.
Yeah, I'm a fan of this play. At least to open up the portal. It's not. It's kind of debatable whether or not it's actually better, but it's my personal preference, at least.
I like it just because it saves just a little bit of time on actually activating this the second time, but that's just me, I guess. Anything that saves a little bit of time with my movement tech, I'm never going to complain about saving a few extra seconds. Oh, DCR is going to be really happy about going here first because there's our Dark Beam and an STK on Bomb Guardian. And with Boost Ball, that actually put Crossroads into play. I could not tell what that was, though.
Ooh. Do have an Aegon key in Mineshaft, though.
That's our second one.
It looked like it was a missile tank in Mineshaft, or not Mineshaft, Crossroads.
That's what I was thinking, but I couldn't tell. Just from that angle, it's like that's either just a missile tank or possibly supers, but I didn't think it was tall enough to be supers. Oh, and light beam. So there's, wow, this seed with the items very, very early. We've seen dark beam, light beam, everything but spider ball. So all we're missing now is supers, seekers, and our spider ball and our visors, really. And oh, and final bosses are on, so screw attack.
Yeah, with Dyceron's power bombs here, he just he makes very quick work of the mandatory pirate fight after beating Bomb Guardian to open up the morph ball slot. That's one of the reasons it's not really the biggest time save to go into Dark Aegon first before Bomb Guardian, but I don't know. It depends on the seed, really, whether or not it's worth it to do. And you just don't know until after you've already done it, pretty much.
I will say, with these runners, 15 seconds can be a lifetime whenever it comes to the final times.
That adds up throughout the run. Every decision you make either gains or loses time compared to your opponent.
And just some missiles there in Broom Closet this time.
So remind me again, where was that light beam?
Light beam was at let me pull up my list of names here. Transport access.
Transport center. That was the one through the bomb slot gate.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's helping out quite a bit here in the Jump Guardian fight.
DCR going to go ahead and check in cache 4 and gets a second E-tank. That's nice to have with no suits.
Some people will actually check Transport Center from the save station side as soon as they enter Aegon, and it's very helpful if it ends up being light beam as it is today. And just knowing that, you can get that right before Jump Guardian and save a lot of time.
I like doing that if I have Boost Ball. If I don't have Boost Ball, it's such a pain to have to crawl all the way through there against the sand, and it takes an extra couple of minutes to do that, as opposed to just going around and seeing what it might be. Just some missiles on Jump Guardian today. Although, to be fair, I mean, what else are we really expecting to find right now? Up finding light beam and DCR not finding it early. We're going to actually see the power beam and missile strat here of taking care of the hitbox of Jump Guardian. For those of you that haven't actually seen this, whenever you enter this room, Jump Guardian's hitbox loads, but the actual model for it doesn't until you go down there into the middle save state, or say a middle safe area save state. It's been a long week. So whenever that happens, you can just sit here and shoot Jump Guardian for really as long as you need to, and then jump down in the center, go ahead and pop a few power beam shots, and fight's done. Okay, good. I was starting to worry that Op was going to go do labs before he did Bomb Guardian. See, and then actually, now that I'm thinking about it, with what they'll have going into labs, they'll have everything to do both the dark and light lab circles, as other than supers to check Warriors Walk and Battlegrounds. And of course, our one-off checks at Storage C with Super Missiles and In Cache 2 with Annihilator, respectively. DCR are going to go check backside of go check labs the back way. We know we have something here. Oh, something shiny. And there's our Seeker launcher. Wow.
He's definitely going into Sank Spider side just to check out Spider's treasure. There's a pretty decent chance there's stuff in here. Did they get Powerbomb expansions or just main Powerbomb?
No, they got main PV.
Oh, it was main. Okay, so this is totally within logic and could very well be our next progression.
They got main PVs and Storage Cavern B. DCR getting bullied a little bit by that mini quad. I'm really thinking about which way he was wanting to go. Oh, DCR finding a massively big pickup there at Hazing Cliff with the super missiles.
Yeah, for sure. It's a Warrior's Walk, this Storage C. It's very nice to have right now.
And at 21 minutes, that's everything we're really going to need other than some more E-tanks or soup to go do our Sky Temple key checks.
They could even go on to Torvis if they really want to.
Yeah. And Op actually finding an equally good pickup with Screw Attack there at Mining Station B in Storage A. I actually do like this routing from Op here. Go back, check that one or two items there, and then go back through, check Spider Side Sank, and check your backside labs. But as soon as you find that super missile, the only other thing we're really looking for is a suit before we start going and doing our final checks.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you see Seekers right next to Supers, and you're immediately thinking about getting those hints. Or maybe not immediately, but once it occurs to you, maybe.
Oh, wow. And there's our Annihilator.
Wow.
What is this scene?
DCR didn't get Screw Attack, so he can really easily check that. It's interesting.
Recording to logbook.
Oh,
Yeah, so Op walking past Supers, whereas the Dyceron is walking past Annihilator. We'll see which one bites him more.
let's see, chat saying that heads probably aren't worth it until we pick up our spider ball, but I don't know. Any information that you have, it may just be my personal opinion, but any information you have going through, that's going to be worth it in the long run to me. Even if we're still missing some items for go mode.
Yeah, it is a valid point, though. Typically, you don't necessarily just want the keys. You also want go mode, and the hints aren't necessarily going to give you go mode. it could influence your decision, but that wouldn't necessarily help you. Progression isn't necessarily nearby the keys.
That is true.
Also, the more keys you find along the way while you are looking for go mode, the fewer key hints you'll have to scan once you get there.
That's true. That's very true.
During the first tournament, I typically didn't even bother writing down the hints, and I just wanted to make sure I have like 6 or something keys by the time I read hints, so I could just memorize them. But you never know how many keys you're going to have by the time you are ready to get them.
DCR going to be able to do this check as where Op's not going to be able to because he has not gone to Hazencliff and gotten supers. Oh, DCR making that scan jump look easy.
Mm-hmm. There is a somewhat more reliable way to do that. You can bend dashes by holding back or forward on the stick right before you hold R, and that'll change the angle of your dash. So what a lot of people do is they'll just kind of loosely line up, and then they'll just press back right before holding R, and it'll give them a much better angle, much more reliable. It's also some people just do it normally, and they just nail the perfect positioning and angle, but it's just easier if you bend it.
So, other than Seekers, Labs itself, pretty dry for our runners.
Well, there's Amber. I'll get them a lot of hints. Well, maybe if they opt to go back for it, but they probably will. We'll see. I'm not so sure how much I would bother prioritizing hints, though. When you've already pretty much full cleared Aegon, like maybe I would get the 3 at the beginning, but I probably wouldn't bother going out of my way for Energy Controller and Mining Station B unless I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, I would say that if there is something that's absolutely essential there, that might bite off on that side since he's already gone through Mining Station B.
So far, we've seen hints being really useful throughout the seed, but most of the hints you wind up needing tend to be in blocked by Emerald Translator. There are so many hints in Torvis, and you're already past the point where you've gotten most of the main items. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like the hints have some degree of logic that tries to place items before placing the hints, but not necessarily. That's not necessarily the case.
With no suits, that should be enough if he absolutely books it through and that door is not completely rude. Oh wow!
Especially with Boost Ball, you take actually the Dark Vapor, the Inkclaw Vapor damage. It doesn't immediately take effect. It's like a solid 3 or so seconds before it starts damaging you. You'll hear the hissing for a while, and it'll be terrifying. But you can soak it in a little bit before actually taking serious damage. And just rolling through there, you barely take any at all.
Op heading back out, and DCR looks like we're gonna get a Worm Rave, yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, come on, Aaron. The more the merrier.
So unfortunately, our former commentator was in the call and ready to commentate the match, and then her Discord just banned her for totally being a bot and not a real human being.
You gotta talk to her about that. We've discussed this before. You gotta be a real human to do things, but one stop sign picture, two letter.
It's a hotly contested political issue, but for now, you gotta be human.
Op actually heading back to Mining Station B just to go get that Amber Hat.
Yeah, it could be important.
Oh!
That's half the information he needs. But where's the Sky Temple, he's wondering.
What a hit, though. I mean, this seed is probably one of the most generous seeds that I've seen. And we're brave.
It's such a tease. It almost tells you where supers are, but you gotta actually find the Sky Temple key before it's actually useful.
It was supers are one room away from an STK. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the energy controller hit while he's here too. And that was not as useful. Annihilator beam. Thanks, game.
So because version 2.0 brought proximity-based, it might have been 2.1, brought proximity-based hints into the pool. Some people now actually opt to write down every major item they collect and where they got it, just in case it comes up.
And Morbus being a more bait tonight with Dark Burst.
Okay, so yeah, it was junk in Mining Plaza if he's not picking up the energy.
And Emerald Translator hit. Oof.
You know what's real rough about supers in Sanctuary is that a lot of tournament seeds lately, I've noticed, have been pretty Torvis loaded, and it may theoretically be better odds to just go dive Torvis instead of Sanctuary and just put that off until much later. So it could be a while before Op gets those.
We'll see. He's heading back in kind of the right direction. Chat talking about surprised at the Morbus play, considering he does have Torvis access, but I could see it where you're already here. At this point, you have all three keys. You're already here. In case that does have a suit or does have maybe Cobalt, in case Spider Guardian's required or something crazy, then why not go ahead and check it while you're here? It's not that long of a fight with the gear that we have.
Yeah, definitely Dyceron doesn't feel any most particular checks are they're not very long for him. So just going ahead and fighting a Morbus is, I don't know, 30 seconds to him or something. Probably a bit more than that, but it's a check and it's kind of on his path right now. So he's just going to be thorough for now.
Op heading into Torvis.
It's definitely a big difference in players' play styles, whether to be thorough or whether to skip the particularly long checks. I usually try to skip a Morbus unless I'm feeling really compelled to.
And Chica's dead. Just a cheeseburger on Chica.
Chica hasn't been required at all this tournament, has it?
I don't believe there's been a single Chica required seed. We've had one quad required seed, and that's been it.
Dark Visor and Taurus Grove is pretty nice. It's not supers though.
And just missiles. I was about to say, where's Cap when we need him? Because he's our resident tracker of all things boss related in the tournament. Okay, 2 quads and but one of them was required for UBoss too. That's right, that was that nightmare seed the other day.
I really appreciate a lot of the micro optimizations I see in some of the speedrunners in the tournament. Dyceron definitely tries to go for as many instant morphs and instant unmorphs as he can as he goes through rooms. You'll notice him jumping into door frames and morphing in midair, and usually the door frame itself will block the camera and allow him to get an instant morph and give him instant access to boosting. And if it doesn't work, then you're not losing time.
That's one thing I absolutely have to actually practice and get good at is the tech behind that, because I should be doing it a lot more than I do it, but I'm just gonna stay morph ball mode for a while. It's cool.
A lot of speedrunning is trying to break muscle memory. I still don't go for instant morphs and door frames because I keep forgetting.
Not a bad find there for Op. It's still no super missile. It's not that important of a find until we can find those supers and actually start going through and clearing.
That's a good hint. He's double checking his keys and he finds out indeed he did get Sky Temple Key 1.
But now does he remember where he picked it up?
It's in Aegon. Just because it's either Aegon or Temple Grounds, because the only items he's picked up in Sanctuary were the Hazen Cliff and Coaling Chamber, and the only rooms one room away that have items are each other.
Oh yeah, he remembers.
There it is. Dang. That is a big bailout from going back for energy control again. It's funny, the 2 hints they needed were both relative to Sky Temple Keys, and they were side by side, right before they were supposed to get them.
So the only difference between our runners now is DCR having that super and 1 extra STK for op, but it's gonna be one that's really simple to get to.
Yeah, and this isn't necessarily GG's for Op. He still could find a lot of progression in Torvus Bog. It's just it's going to delay him from supers, but you never know what else you're going to need in the rest of the match.
Oh, absolutely. We still have a possible Echo required, possible Spider Ball required, possible Cobalt required.
Also, mind you, he has Dark Visor, and Dyceron does not, so that could come into play as well. Comes over and pulls forward.
DCR heading back to do that in-cache 2 check.
This is pretty interesting. This is quite a bit out of the way. I personally usually don't find stuff here, but you know, be thorough. It's kind of his play style.
And we saw a progressive suit 2 rooms away from Torsbog. I think it's a Torsbog portal chamber.
That's the one he pops in right now.
So 2 rooms away from this, so that'd be actually the room we're heading to possibly right now.
Is that did he just get us? Or okay, it could be. You said it was 2 rooms away.
Mm-hmm. So it could be the ledge item here in
Path of Roots. Okay.
Not Path of Roots. Path of Roots was a cheeseburger. I was thinking the ledge item in
Well, this lagoon is 1 room away.
Forgotten Bridge, but that's that's actually
It's 3
rooms away, isn't it? Yeah. I forget about that middle room in between the 2 where Mr. Flippy is in Dark Torvus.
Yeah.
Looks like just missiles.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, Dyceron actually saved before this. He intentionally walked into Phazon crates and missiled them just to death warp out. And now he's safe warping out. So that was a real quick check on in-cache 2. That's one way to do it.
Almost a high five there as Op and DCR just kind of save warp at the same time.
Yeah, Phazon crates do 80 damage, and it turns out they're very useful if you want to death warp.
And further and further away from those supers.
So Dyceron's probably going to be getting hints for like 8 Sky Temple keys, and Op's probably going to be picking those up before he winds up finding those hits. This will be pretty interesting. Got a little bit of sync going on here. Nice Hollow Honor dead double check.
Oh, and Op taking the fall there, unfortunately. That's going to be a little rough because he can't get back. Well, no.
Well, he does have Seekers. So
yeah, he does have Seekers. He can go through. He can go through the front door.
I guess technically it's the back door.
That's true. The front door is a tunnel. 1 man enters, 1 man leaves.
Literally. So, yeah, it was only a couple seconds just from falling there. It's not that big a deal.
Oh, and there's our Echo Visor.
Oh.
So all we have left to find now is going to be Spider and 1 suit?
Although,
could be
sure
Cobalt.
It's not Cobalt, yeah.
And DCR, while he's here, going to go ahead and take out Dark Missile Trooper. Oh, wow. Never mind. Don't have to find Spider Ball anymore.
Wow.
So, unless we need Echo or Cobalt, this is go mode no matter where the keys are. Unless, well, Light Suit. We may have a Light Suit required seed.
Yeah. Although for Dyceron, he needs to actually find Dark Visor. He doesn't necessarily know whether that's Cobalt, Dark Visor, or Echo, but probably Echo. And even if it's Cobalt, that'll get him a lot of hints, so it could potentially lead him to Echo.
Yeah, and again, we don't know right now without hints that Cobalt's not going to be required for Spider Guardian. Now, Op finding Spider Ball here. Does that push him back Spider Side Sank? Which is where we know he needs to go to get that super.
Yeah, I guess if it does wind up being Cobalt, that would be a really good push for Op. Wait, no, it's Super's locked. Never mind.
Right. So he's got to get. I was just saying, with him actually fighting Spider Ball on Dark Missile Trooper, does this hopefully push him back Spider Side Sanctuary to go get those checks done?
Maybe he dipped briefly into Torvis. It was very brief. Just light upper Torvis is pretty interesting, and now it's a decent chance he might opt for Sanctuary afterwards.
Beam related upgrade, so that has to be either Sonic Boom or Sunburst.
Or as far as Op knows, it could be super missiles. But it's not.
Oh, that's true.
But he can't get them anyway, so. You said it was a suit 2 rooms away from
Portal Access.
Portal Access. Or Portal Chamber?
Portal Chamber, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. A little surprised Op didn't get that. That would be either Path of Roots or Temple Access, I think. Yeah, Dark Visor was in Torvis Grove. Op went in through the side door and went through Torvis Grove and then through the front of Torvis and then just dipped.
It could also be abandoned worksite, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think we saw Temple Access having just missiles, and we saw Path of Roots just having Cheeseburger. So it'd have to be the abandoned worksite having our suit. All right, here's our notepad time. High gyro chamber.
So logically Echo locked, but I know DCR could get it without Torvis energy controller. Okay.
Recording to logbook.
Training chamber.
Recording to logbook.
Plaza access. Okay. That's the half pipe right before the stupid pirates room with the half pipe.
Yep.
Transitional south was that or east?
I think it said east.
Okay. And main gyro, so definitely Echo locked seed.
Calling chamber.
Recording to logbook.
And battleground. So dark locked and echo locked, but we know where dark is.
And gravity boost locked.
Oh, that's true.
So we got ourselves a spicy one. It's not a jet seed this time. And Dyceron going to take a death warp whether he likes it or not. He almost made it through, but not quite.
Man, I don't even know if that is F's in chat because he got what he needed.
I think what he really wanted was to get to the room with the lasers to take even more damage faster.
That's fair.
Maybe. I think I would have stood in the phase on. But oh well.
I'm going the front way through sync, but at least he's in sync.
Recording to logbook.
Don't need those keys tonight.
What was the second key op got?
Second key op got was Plaza Access.
Oh. All right. Sync entrance is a bold play.
We've seen some crazy stuff here, though, in the tournament. I mean, I think we had a light, we had possibly light beam here, and I know we had supers here at least once. And we had a couple STKs here as well.
Recording to logbook.
If you're asking what keys do you think DCR is going to be able to willing to wall crawl for? And all right, Aaron, our third comm tonight's tracker account has returned. Come on, we can always use an extra set of eyes and some extra experience. That just makes it better. Come on. Yeah, Hive Gyro. That could be a wall crawl, but with it being echo locked anyway, with the main gyro. And here goes off to mini gyro puzzle. And thankfully, that's going to spit him out right there at Sank Spider's side, where hopefully he's going to go check out Hazen Cliff.
Yeah, although in the case of Hive Gyro, it actually depends. I'm not sure if it's intermediate or advanced, but there is a way to get it to activate the locks from behind with Echovisor and either Dark Burst or Sonic Boom.
Oh, and Hop going the other way. It hurts so much sometimes to know what we know and just sit here and have to go, no, don't go that way.
This isn't so bad. He's gonna be backtracking afterwards anyway.
That's true. Oh, there's our most OP hit. Grapple Beam and Sank Fortress.
Oh boy. Op might find it before Dyceron does. This is actually, given how close Op is to finding super missiles, this may be a fairly close match.
And another E-Tank there. Op decided not to worry about that puzzle right now. And that's synchronized more. Mwah. Beautiful. There you go, Op.
Recording to logbook.
You know he's going to be kicking himself just a little bit because we saw him hesitate at the backside of Spider Side entrance, going, do I want to go this way? And then decided not to when he got his Annihilator Beam. DCR picking up his Dark Visor he's going to need.
Hey, look, is Sky Temple key number whatever? That's one room away from this. Op using Annihilator charge shots to deal with these orbs. Surprisingly works because Echoes.
Gotta love Echo's logic. Damage going through Hazy Clip because he had a screw attack as to where DCR did not.
He also has a Spider Ball, which gets him this key right away.
And the checks that have been done with supers other than keys have not really held anything of any importance. I'm trying to think, is there anything else in Hive to be checked, but I don't think that there is.
Imperial training site?
Possibly. We know that the only SDK here is going to be in Gyro Chamber, but
Of course, we don't have a hint for quad, but
no, we know
what are the
quite.
odds?
Yeah, no, we know at this point that unless
Could be gravity
No.
boost.
that's true, it could be gravity boost. Only thing I was thinking is like, well, no, it can't be Echo because
There's Cannonball, it looked like. In Dynamo Works. There's a
Ooh.
bunch of damage in that quad.
yeah, Op's gonna have to be careful there.
It's 86 health on Op. Yeah, he's
Oh, there we go. Nope, we're good. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, not 1, 2, 4, 3.
neither player has a suit, and both of them have been pretty thorough in upper light Taurus. It must. Oh, right. You said it was... You sure it wasn't Dark Torpus Bog? I think the room shares the same name.
I thought it said Torvus Bog, but it may not have. I may be wrong. Oh, DCR almost pulling off the straightforward boost ball.
Yeah, that one's kind of weird. I feel like it's better if you delay it, or it's easier if you delay it.
It's such a cool little... It's not even really a much a trick, because it is more of just a physics thing where it's like, this will work.
Yeah.
DCR gonna go check out my new best friend in this game. Hey, Mr. Flippy Guy, how are you? Nice to see you this scene.
Interesting. Never mind.
I think it was just a light ammo expansion.
For a brief moment, I thought maybe it was Cobalt. Or even, I guess it could be Echo Visor. Dyceron didn't even... there's a nice standable terrain to get you out more easily.
Ooh, that cannon there from off always scares me now.
There's Grapple Beam. He found it. Oh, and there's Gravity Boost. Wow.
So all we're looking for right now on DCR's end is going to be Echo.
Yeah, which he has a feeling he knows where it is.
It's either going to be Echo or Cobalt. So it's definitely a possibility. We got a 50-50 shot. Real question of the seed. Now that we have Spider Ball, do we go back for our run validation item in Dark Aegon?
Maybe they will be passing through Battleground. Sky Temple Key. Dyceron showing off one of the most popular out of bounds in the game. This is a fairly somewhat easy one, and it's so frequently beneficial.
And welcome to Digglewrath with a raid party of 9. Welcome to the stream. And another dead Dark Torvus key. But we still have at least one check here, and then we have 2 checks in the dark version of this room, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Op showing off some really, really cool standable terrain to get through a lot of the annoying part of this puzzle.
Yeah, it skips about half of it. It skips a good portion of the spider tracking around. Moment of truth coming up. Will it be Cobalt or Echo Visor here in the Defiled Shrine?
I said Echo right off the bat without thinking about Cobalt, so I'm going to hope for Echo just for it to prove me right.
Yeah, that's Echo.
And that is validation on my side for not remembering that Cobalt was the thing. All right, let's go.
And additionally, let's go mode for Dyceron, an hour and 4 minutes in.
That is super quick. While we're here at the right about an hour mark, I will say go follow our runners. They're putting on a fantastic show for this evening. awp82 and Dyceron on Twitch, and make sure to go follow our trackers Gollop and Jojo Mojo 2, and of course my wonderful co-commentator Jagger G. Always keeps me in line on these. It's absolutely a pleasure to do this with you every single time.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And definitely follow Reed Whaley as well. He's also participating in the tournament and gives wonderful commentary as well. And speaking, Dyceron, while in go mode, technically, is also on 5 tanks variant suit. Not so sure with final bosses on. I know he can do it, but does he want to do it? He may check a few things here and there along the way.
I mean, we know exactly where a suit is, so he should be able to come up right to it here in just a second.
Nice E-tank as well. So he may not even go looking for anything. Certainly not out of the way checks.
The way DCR plays, what do you think his comfortable various suit final boss layout's going to be?
Probably 6 tanks.
That's what I was thinking, was 6. He can do it on 5, I know, but 6 is definitely a much more comfortable. I guess my foolish question for the evening right now is, what is Op looking for?
Op is looking for... Well, I guess not anything specifically. He does actually need Gravity Boost and Echo Visor. I guess it was just counting on needing those and trying to find them.
Oh, the most finicky super missile door in the game. And 4 missiles remaining for DCR. Yep, there go the missiles out of frustration.
And then he was just 1 short for using Seekers. He totally could have just screw attacked the locks instead. But no, I guess he really wants to use Seekers. No, this particular breaking this with screw attack would require air underwater, which itself is pretty finicky. Probably surprisingly even more so than Seeker Launcher.
Just barely, though.
Winds up second trying that Seeker launch, Seeker lock. Well done, Seeker missiles. Good work. They tried their best.
Alright, and looks like you're about an hour 8. Op's gonna go take a look at his hints and see where he's at, but we're still tied directly up at 3-3, and all Op has to really get right now is his Echo Visor. And good news is he's going to be... Yeah, that's right, and Gravity Boost, I apologize. But he's going to be right here next to his Echo.
I just realized Gravity Boost being in Venomous Pond is kind of bad for Op, because of all the Sky Temple keys he has left, none of them are in Dark Torvus.
That's true. Ooh.
Of course, It is on the way to Lower Torvus, but it's a bit of a detour when you're only looking for one major item.
And nice jump there to get his echo.
Dyceron getting yet another energy tank. 7 is definitely better than 5.
And there's actually another one right next to him as well.
Not even bothering, he's fine with 7.
Just regenerating a little bit of health before he goes and grabs his keys, since he did get that echo.
He has enough health to get hints, but I'm thinking he definitely wants to keep Echo Visor.
Hopefully this will be enough for 6 hints.
Yep.
Speaking of 6 hints, DCR picking up his 6th key.
So this is going to be Hive Gyro, Torvus Energy Controller, Training Chamber, Transit Tunnel East, Main Gyro Chamber, and Battleground.
Torvus Energy Controller thankfully won't take as long as it would have for DCR, because he's actually already cleared out the pirate fight there. I don't know why he didn't go up and check it, but he has at least cleared that.
Well, at the time, Op didn't have super missiles.
Oh, that's right. You're absolutely right. That's why he didn't do it.
Interesting.
And that's going to be key number 7 for DCR. All DCR has left now is going to be main gyro chamber and battlegrounds, I think.
Yeah, you got training chamber already, so yeah, I believe so. Oh, wisely playing it a little bit safe here. You can jump over the tentacles. You can shoot them, but he really doesn't want to get hit by them on his way back. Also, really scary are the lasers. If you try to jump over the lasers on your way through, you wind up just jumping into them instead, and you wind up just taking a ton of damage. So as long as you just walk through at a casual pace, you should be fine.
DCR with a little bit of a misclick there on the puzzle.
Yeah, both players, I noticed, had a bit of trouble there. That should be plenty of health for Rob.
I was just about to say, it's like, all right, Rob, gotta go. It's time.
Yeah,
Ooh.
there's that health drain from jumping.
Thankfully, a nice goal pickup there. Puts him in really nice shape to go ahead and get out of here alive.
Very good work. But where is that suit?
We know DCR's not going to look for it. He doesn't care at this point. He's at 70 tanks. He's happy we go into the Zimbaria, which I'm really excited to watch because I don't think I've seen one of those live yet.
So Dyceron actually jumps over the rail just far enough to unload the main gyro chamber and then jumps right back to reload it to make sure he can actually access the translator echo locks.
And then, now that I think about it, I think this is going to be, other than final bosses which are required, this is going to be a no bosses required seed.
Yeah.
So, I think, and keep in mind, this is my brain thinking, I think one suit's going to be an abandoned work site, but we're not sure about the other one, I don't believe.
If it is an abandoned work site, I'm a little confused why both the players didn't go there.
I said, I could have read that completely wrong. It could have been Dark Torvis portal.
If it was Dark Torvis, I guess it would be maybe Cache A, but they had Seekers. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, it was
checked
Cache
that.
A. That was a missed expansion. Featured alcove, but that was light ammo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess it wasn't Dark Torvis. Unfortunately.
yeah, the only thing that is possible is the 2 years away from that would be Chica. But we know Chica's dead, so. Same Bomb Guardian was required, but Bomb Guardian unfortunately doesn't count because that one's just kind of required to even advance through logically, because that's your Dark Missile Trooper spawn.
That's we're mainly only we generally, when we say bosses, we're referring to the main 3 bosses of the major areas, but there's some flexibility depending on how out of the way the boss is, how long it takes. Like Spider Guardian is something players generally don't want to fight. I don't know if Captain counts Boost Guardian in his trackings.
I don't think he counts Boost Guardian, but at this point I know we got to count Alpha Blog because that's been
Alpha Blog, yeah. And Underground Tunnel. Underground Tunnel didn't have anything today. So Captain MD has been just keeping a list of all the infamous locations in the game. And so far, like, very few of them have been checked off throughout the tournament.
Yeah, no, we had several required Amorphous, 2 required quads, and no required Chickas. And I don't even know if Op looked up to check and see if that was the suit there.
So Dyceron conveniently knows that there is an ammo station right next to the second closest save station to Battleground. So he winds up going there instead, just getting the ammo refill because he won't be passing by the ship on his way to the final bosses.
Smart play. I'm getting really excited to watch this. So this is going to be a 7E tank, no suit final boss fight.
Nice unmorph by off. Just getting the getting unmorphed facing the door so he could just move up, like along the standable ledge.
That was pretty.
It's a lesser known place to boost off of the tracks there. Just boosting off the left side is more consistent, people find. Takes a bit longer, but for some people it's definitely worth it. I know I boosted off there for a while.
Alright. And a nice synchronized dark side entrance. Yep, Mr. Flippy is just light ammo, so it would had to be a abandoned work site.
Weird. Maybe it was a different number of rooms away, and it's actually a poison bog.
No, because Poison Bog was our gravity boost, wasn't it?
No, Venomous Pond was the gravity boost.
Okay.
Poison bog is the one he's in right now.
I don't even know if that could be because that's light suit required, so it couldn't be a suit there.
Maybe. I don't know how beginner combat works on Emperor Ring and Dark Samus. I think it might be able... I think light suit might be able to lock itself by not being required. I'm not sure though.
And a really lucky pickup there for Off to actually find that gravity boost. We'll have him go back through Dark Torvus.
Yeah, and he's checking one more location just in case it's dark suit. It's not gonna be pleased. Whoa, almost boosts into the Chica. Which could totally have. Oh wait, we got a hint for that. It's just
No, it misses. And DCR to Emperor Ring 1.
Well, never mind. There's a dark suit in Cat Beat. Yeah, it's really good for Op, for sure. But unfortunately not good enough. Dyceron is on the second phase of the final boss already.
Oh shoot, I blinked. He's on Emperor Ring too.
Emperor.
Really, really nicely done.
They're saying it was 2 rooms away from Training Chamber.
Okay, that's possible. Okay, now
It was something chamber. It was a chamber. You were half right.
All right, I'll take it. And that's done with Emperor Ring 3.
Technically, you were 3/4 right because you got Torvus and Bog correct as well.
Thank you. That does make me feel a little bit better. Oh, that was nice.
Yeah. And wasting some light ammo just to get his ammo to a convenient point where Annihilator will be easy to track. So Dyceron wants to do no more than 25 Annihilator shots on Dark Samus 3. And that'll put it just before the Dark Samus 4 phase. So it'll allow him to do uncapped damage to Dark Samus 3 as soon as it drops back down onto the ground.
Oh.
And once it transitions Then he's going to try to launch missiles to force it to use its defense shield. And, yep, it's looking good. And he's going to... Oh, wow.
And there it is.
A single,
Wow!
2 screw attack Dark Samus 3 is incredible.
And that's going to be GG's to DCR, everybody.
Holy
with
crap.
a beautiful DS4 skip. And Op has forfeited his side as well. So GG's to Op. And we're going to definitely see if we can get them in here for a interview. And matter of fact, we are joined by both awp82 and Dyceron. GG's to both of you, gentlemen.
Welcome.
GG.
First thing I want to ask, what the heck was with that Dark Samus 3? That was 2 screw attacks?
Yeah. That was pretty much perfect final bosses minus Empering 3.
And that was close enough. That was all but 1 frame of the screw attack and 1 screw attack down for Empering 3.
So how'd you like that seed in general?
It was fast.
Yeah, it was.
How far did you get off?
Go mode.
Oh, nice.
Just got gravity in a suit. No, all I needed was, how many keys?
6, it looks like.
Yep, 6 more. And they're all free.
That was pretty close, even still.
Yeah.
My only routing error really was fighting a Morbus for no reason.
Oh,
Had Dark Burst.
nice.
Hey, that would have given you the option if you didn't have Echo when you went to Hive Gyro. You could have opened it from behind instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Early on, you both kind of diverged. Op, you actually found your screw attack earlier, and you actually got Annihilator from Sand Canyon, and unfortunately walked right past the super missile that Dyceron had just picked up as well. And then both of you found hints for each other's item, like right next to it. Unfortunately for Op, your the hint it gave you was for the wrong temple key. Just happens to be the one you didn't pick up. Unfortunately, the hint Dyceron got in Aegon Energy Controller was for a Sky Temple key he did pick up. It was 1 room away from that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I was trying to think, like, where was 1? Because I knew I got one. And then let me just do Sand Canyon. And then found 9. I was like, oh, okay, I guess it was Bomb Guardian.
And from then on, it was still like pretty close. Op did find Dark Visor pretty shortly after just a very brief trip through Upper Light Taurus. And unfortunately, his go mode wound up being Dark Taurus that we put off until later.
Yeah, I figured I would just stay there and clean up, and I got lucky with where gravity was. And then I was like, I bet that hint for the HUD system has to be Echo. I mean, it could have been Cobalt. That would have been Big Troll, but that worked out well.
Yeah, that was really close. Is that a play you usually do, Op? You usually go Light Taurus and then search hints?
Yeah.
Search elsewhere?
Yeah, just to like open more things up.
It almost worked out in your favor too, because we were worried that it was going to take you a really long time to find supers because you went Taurus first. But opting out got you supers considerably earlier. It was almost a good play.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good play. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, aside from passing by supers, I was pretty surprised by routing and how fast it turned out.
Yeah, once I found the Dark Visor, I was like, you know what? I can full clear. Well, I was like, assuming that's Echo Visor, I can full clear Torvis. But I was like, I'm gonna wait for lower Torvis just in case. I'll finish upper Torvis before I go back to the Echo, which I thought was Echo, which was. And then Gravity Boost was like, okay, now I'm definitely stick with that plan. And then the routing just flowed like very well.
Yeah.
It just broke my heart a little bit upwards. Like, I saw you deviate between going and checking Sand Canyon and going back and checking Spider Side, just kind of back, forth. It's like, oh, go. And it's like, shoot.
Yeah, I had a gut feeling I should like go back and check, what was it? Storage A?
Hazen Cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well, that too, but like,
I'm going back for the hint and the 2 items
Oh,
in
yeah.
mining station B. Yeah.
yeah, going back for screw attack. I was really surprised with that.
at that point, when I got light beam, I was like, okay, I could go to Spider's Treasure. I mean, because I had just found Seekers, so the game was clearly pointing towards Torvis. I was like, you know what? Let me just hold off a bit and just take a dive. I thought it might not have paid off because like I don't have Spiders, so I can't get 2 items. Well, in logic, well, one of them I can't get at all. And then Supers being there, I was like, okay, now that was perfect. And then I just cleared labs. And I guess the only other thing was like going to check in cache 2. I mean, I might not. Like, I don't want to check it anymore because every time I check it, it's nothing. But I'm gonna get a seed where I don't check it and it's gonna be required. So
Absolutely.
That's how I always feel about it too. It's like I know the one time I don't check this location that never has anything, it's going to be my go mode item this seed.
yeah,
I can confirm there have been major items in there recently.
it's been a while for me. So one of these days. And the suit was in Gathering Hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chat figured that out while we were just like blind and deaf.
Yeah, I was thinking
we thought
like
it was Portal Chamber that it was hinting at. It was like training chamber.
yeah, because I was like, okay, it's either Hydro. I was like 2 rooms away, so either Hydro Dynamo or Gathering Hall. And I was like, if it's not training, if it's not Gathering Hall or Hydro Dynamo. And I was like, if it's not Hydro Dynamo, I'm just not gonna bother because Gathering Hall takes a while, and I knew I could do final bosses without a suit. So
Op did find a suit like right before you entered, when you were starting the fight. Turns out it was in Cache B.
oh really? Yeah, at that point I was like, you know what? I found Gravity, and I probably know where Echo is, so I'm not going to check anything else. I was straight up just go mode.
Yeah, you knew that E-Tank in whatchamacallit in Torpus Lagoon, and then you figured you would find more along the way, right?
I actually forgot about that E-Tank. Then I quickly remembered when I came back there. I was like, oh, there's an E-Tank here. Just for safe, even though I didn't really need it. But I was like, I'm not going to go for a suit at that point.
Interesting.
And if I had like 3 E-Tanks, maybe I'd consider a suit. But I had 7 or something.
Yeah, you wound up with 7. So any more thoughts?
This is a very fast seed. That's really it. Only 2 required bosses, I think.
2?
Just Alpha Splinter and Bomb Guardian.
Oh,
Yeah, those aren't even really overly. They're required because the game requires you to actually fight them. But other than that,
Yeah.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we can wrap this up here. Thank you very much to our players. That was an awesome match. That was a lot of fun to commentate. Thank you, my fellow commentator, Reed. And thanks to our trackers, Gollup and Jojo Mojo, too. And, of course, SpeedGaming. And thank you very much to our greatest commentator of this tournament, Chat. Everyone, be sure to follow everybody in chat because they are awesome. They are amazing commentators.
especially Jagger G. Don't forget to follow Jagger G. I know he doesn't brag on himself, but I will.
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty cool, too. Yeah, thanks, everyone. And see you next mission.
see ya.
Have a great night, guys.